I have lost fat 3 times in the last 2 years, and I recently helped a guy lose 10 pounds in under 23 days. So if I had to give you my brutally honest advice to help you lose fat faster, here is exactly what I tell you. Number 1, eat more. So a few weeks ago I had lowered my calorie intake. I was eating less food because I wanted my abs to get even more visible. But after a few days of starting eating less, I was hungry all the time, and it was like I was starving myself. And I thought to myself, there's gotta be a way to lose fat without needing to starve yourself and like be hungry all the time. So I changed a bit how I was eating. I used my knowledge, I did some more research, and I started eating in another way. I started having big portions and actually like feeling full and stop being hungry all the time and continue to lose fat. I realized you can lose fat even if you eat more if the food you're eating is low in calories and high in protein. So if you have a lot of those foods like lean meat, low calorie carbs, vegetables, you can have actually big portions. So the first lesson is eat more. You don't need to starve yourself. Focus on foods that are low in calories, high in protein, and keep you full, and you will be able to eat a lot. Number 2, avoid fake healthy foods. So a few months ago, a friend told me, I'm eating overnight oats to breakfast. Is it good? Because he knew I know like a lot about fitness. So he asked me for some advice. And I said like, not really. Overnight oats doesn't have anything that's gonna help you lose fat. He had some fat he wanted to lose. It's only like yogurt, oats. It's not like any protein, so it's basically pretty useless. It's just calories that doesn't really help you. So I realized he probably eats it because he saw it on Instagram and it looked good. Someone probably made a post about top 3 healthy breakfasts. Number 1, overnight oats. Some bullshit like that. And I realized so many people think foods that are not really healthy are healthy. And overnight oats is one of them. Smoothies is also another one. And having like a big bowl of salad also another one. So don't fall for the foods that are people say are healthy, but if they don't help you gain anything, if it's not like high protein or you eat it to keep full and it's just like unnecessary calories, then it's like it's not gonna help you with your fat loss goals. And that leads me to lesson number 3, which is a huge one. 99% of the world are doing this wrong. And the lesson is eat salad in the right way. Because a few days ago, my dad was eating salad and he told me like, can you give me the seasoning, the salad seasoning? So I took it and I looked at the back of it. I was interested. What even is in this seasoning, this salad seasoning? And I found out it was 13% sugar. Every 100 grams, it was 13 grams with sugar. And I told my dad, this has a higher percentage of sugar than soda. Soda has like 8% sugar. This has 13. And I just realized so many people, they eat salad wrong. They add salad seasoning. They add salad oils, which is also full in sugar, a lot of calories, a lot of bad oils. And they just make salad, which in itself is not unhealthy, but they make it unhealthy because of all the things they add on it. It's very important if you're gonna have salad, you eat it right. And that's not having too much of it, having like a small portion of it, not more than like 1/3 of your plate with salad, and then just eating it by itself, not adding any oil, seasoning, any bullshit, just having it like it is fresh and clean. And that leads me to lesson number 4, cut out calorie dense foods. So before the summer, when I first started to focus on losing fat, because I had been only focused on building muscles throughout the winter and not really care about like having good visible abs, so I had some belly fat that I wanted to lose. And the first thing I did was the easiest thing you can do. I just cut out calorie dense foods. So I cut out peanut butter, nuts. I had less like butter and olive oil. I stopped having most sauces. And after like 2-3 weeks, I saw how I had lost some fat. My abs started getting more visible, and I just realized this was the easiest thing ever. I stopped having some foods I didn't really even care about. Nuts, peanut butter, some sauces. So cut out calorie dense foods which you don't really even care about and that doesn't give you protein or like benefit you in any way. That will help you be in a calorie deficit. And lesson number 5 will also help you be in a calorie deficit much easier. And that's eat 3 times a day or less. So before the summer, I used to have breakfast, lunch, then a smaller meal, then dinner, then another smaller meal. I ate like 5 times a day. But then when I wanted to lose fat, I started eating 3 times a day because I thought only having breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because I thought this will make me stop having those smaller meals in between. I will have like 2 smaller meals less every day, which will lower my daily calorie intake. Very easy. And I did that and it worked. So only have your main meals. Don't have anything in between. And having that rule will also help you avoid snacking in between meals. If you know you can only have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and making it a rule, then it's not even an option if you're gonna have some snacks in between. And it's often those snacks in between your meals which adds up the calories and make you gain fat. This is a huge one. So lesson number 6, very underrated one, but don't drink milk. So I used to drink milk, like have it in my coffee, could have a few glasses throughout the day, didn't think anything about it. I could have oat milk, also loved having it in my coffee. But then in 2023, I learned that milk has a lot of sugar in it, and it also decreases our testosterone. So I thought, I don't even like care that much about milk. Just let me cut it out. It uses unnecessary calories, it has sugar, it decreases my testosterone. That makes my fitness progress worse. So I cut it out, and since then I haven't really had milk for like 2 years now. So stop having milk, just drink water or coffee instead, which actually help you lose fat and not make you gain fat, which milk does, because it has sugar and calories. And number 7 is also something you need to stop with. Seed oils. Stop having seed oils. So I used to have fast food a lot. I went to McDonald's, I could have KFC, chicken nuggets, pizza, all that junk food, I could have it. But then in 2023, I stopped having junk food. I learned that it has a lot of unnecessary calories, a lot of sugar, which is very bad for my health and for me that wanted to build muscles, have 6-pack abs. But it also has seed oils, which is very bad for the immune system, make us gain fat, get lower testosterone, have lower energy, and just like messes up our health. I looked more into it and I stopped like having seed oils completely. I learned that it was seed oils in fries, fried chicken, chips. Most restaurants and especially fast food restaurants use it when they cook like anything, even like the meat they have, the chicken nuggets too. So I stopped having it. And also at home when I was cooking, let's say eggs or something, I started having butter and olive oil instead. And when I did that change, I stopped seed oils and started using olive oil and butter, I felt much better. And instead of feeling like inflammatory, feeling a bit almost sick, I was feeling good now. So you start using butter or olive oil instead of seed oils when you're cooking food. And yeah, don't have like fries and fried chicken, because it has a lot of seed oils, which is very bad. Lesson number 8 is something a lot of people get wrong. Artificial sweetener is better than sugar. So a few weeks ago, I was talking with my grandma and she told me that she had bought these cottage cheese that had like flavors in it. But then she had looked at it, at the back of it, and saw that it had like aspartame, a type of artificial sweetener. And she had thrown it away, like a whole package, just thrown it away because it had artificial sweetener in it. It was like without added sugar, but it had artificial sweetener. And yeah, she did that because she thought it was like really bad, unhealthy, and that you can get like cancer from it. And then she told me like, yeah, it's just better to have normal sugar than artificial sweetener. Used to like have normal sugar. At the time, I didn't really know how good artificial sweetener were, if it really was that bad and it's better to have sugar. But I knew for a fact sugar is really bad. So I told her like, I don't know, like sugar is really bad. Probably like not. But then after I did my research, I got interested in seeing if she was right or not. And I found that artificial sweetener is actually much better than sugar. And that you can have like that cottage cheese with flavors and artificial sweetener without a problem. You can have 2-3 diet cokes a day without a problem. And it's only dangerous if you have, let's say, 8 diet cokes a day, then it's a problem. But if you have like 2-3, it's not even that bad. So you can have artificial sweetener, It's probably best to avoid it completely, but it's not that dangerous, it's not unhealthy, and it's a good way if you're struggling with having sweets and junk food and you're just replacing, let's say, normal Coke with Diet Coke, ice cream with, let's say, Greek yogurt with artificial sweetener. Just replacing it with artificial sweetener is a much better thing to do. So don't think sugar is better than artificial sweetener. That's a complete scam. Lesson number 9. Drink coffee to keep your hunger down. So I used to have breakfast right when I wake up because I was hungry. I just wanted to eat something and I didn't even think much about it. But now for the last 1-2 years, I have had my breakfast late. 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12. And when I started doing it, it was hard. I was like hungry a lot. But I started having coffee. Every morning I would have a few cups of coffee. And that helped me keep my hunger down and don't really be hungry. For example, right now it's around like 10 a.m. I haven't eaten anything. I have had like 2 cups of coffee and I'm not even that hungry. I have good energy. So use coffee to keep your hunger down. Coffee suppresses your hunger. So that way you will just naturally eat less if you're not hungry. And you can do intermittent fasting and have your first meal like 11 a.m., 12 p.m. You have a few coffees in the morning. Or if you have a breakfast at like 9 a.m. but then you have a few coffees throughout the day, so you can have your lunch later and eat less to your meals because you have coffee, which make you less hungry. Lesson number 10. This is a great one for busy men who are working a lot, and it's walk while you work. I work a lot on my business, 10-hour days, 11-hour days sometimes, and I don't want to waste time. Like right now I'm just focused on scaling my business, making more money, but I still want to have abs and be six-pack lean. I'm going on a vacation in a few weeks, so especially now I want to even be leaner. But I still don't want to be outside walking for like 1 hour, 1.5 hours, getting those 10k steps in, which everyone says you need to have. So I came up with a way that I can still work on my business and get the steps in. And how I do it is, at the end of my workouts, I work out daily. I walk on the treadmill for 10 minutes, then I'm just on my phone working. And also whenever I need to listen to a video or podcast or a course, I go for a walk and do it. So that helped me not sacrifice my business work and still walk and get those steps in. Just doing some easy work on my phone or listening to a podcast which is actually work related, not like some unnecessary podcast, and I get the steps in. Find work you can do while you walk. And that leads me to lesson number 11, and it's something most busy men could benefit a lot from, and it's make walking low effort. So a few weeks ago during this summer, I started taking walks because I wanted to get a bit leaner and like stay lean. So I started walking 40 minutes a day and sometimes like 60 minutes. But after doing it for a few days, I just felt like this is like a lot of effort. Going out walking for an hour. And it's also a bit exhausting to do like every day. And also like a bit boring. I didn't really enjoy it. And I felt like it's gotta be another way. So I thought to myself, how can I get those steps in? At least 30 minutes a day. Like that's enough for me. Because I'm pretty active. I hit the gym, I take my bike to the gym. So I don't need to be out walking for like an hour, 1.5 hours. So for 30 minutes is enough. How can I get in 30 minutes? Okay, let me add 10 minutes of walking at the end of my workout, like I mentioned before, where I can use like be on my phone, work. Then also 5-minute breaks from my business work. I can work on my business for 3 hours, then go out, take a 5-minute walk, come home, work for like another 3 hours, then go take a 5-minute walk. Then I also like walk after like my dinner, before going to bed, take just a 5-minute walk. So 10 minutes at the gym, then 4 5-minute walks. That adds up to 30 minutes a day. And I've done that now for like 2 weeks straight, and it's so easy. It's no effort. I'm not exhausted. I don't think it's boring. I think it's nice. Those breaks away from my business work is actually nice because I come home more focused and actually like feel better. Like, you know, when you sit for long working, your body feels a bit stiff, your back is maybe hurting a bit, and it's just nice to go for a 5 minute walk and get some fresh air. So in that way, I made walking like enjoyable. Have like shorter walks instead of long walks. If you think that will be like more enjoyable for you, and you can do it. Lesson number 12: get enough vitamin D. So all the winters before, I used to be tired, feel pretty like bad, and it was only when I started taking vitamin D supplements in 2023 during the winter I realized this, that I had been tired all the years before during the winter, because now this winter I was feeling better. So I saw like the difference how I was feeling. I felt like yeah, now I'm actually feeling energetic during the winters, pretty similar to summers. Of course, summers I'm a bit more energetic, but I'm still pretty similar now. I'm not that like tired all the time, and that now I continue to hit the gym consistently throughout the winter, which was a massive thing for me. I used to always skip the gym during the winters because it was just like I was just like tired, cold outside, dark, didn't really wanna leave the house a lot. But now I saw the difference, and I just realized getting enough vitamin D is so powerful. And it's not only about your energy, it increases your testosterone, it improves recovery, and it has so many benefits for your health. Just getting enough vitamin D. So if you're not getting 30 minutes of sunlight every day, just buy some vitamin D supplements. It is actually like worth it. If it can increase your energy a bit, help you lose fat a bit, then it's worth it, because yeah, it's cheap. You can just have it together with your breakfast. Very easy thing to do. Lesson number 13: do intermittent fasting. So before I knew about intermittent fasting, I used to have my last meal at like 9 p.m, then wake up at like 7 a.m, 8 a.m, have breakfast right away, and I had like a 10-hour window from my last meal to my first meal. But then I found out about intermittent fasting, and I got really hooked on it, because I watched this video about how it improves your focus, and that when you're not eating anything, you can work much better in your business. And it was in 2023 when I have started with like social media, building up my business, and I wanted to be more productive, focus better. So I thought, let me start with intermittent fasting. It seems very effective. I started having my breakfast later and later. So like at 9 a.m, 10 a.m, even like 11 a.m sometimes. And yeah, it worked. Like I was much more focused. But then I also realized how I got leaner. I lost some fat, and I just realized intermittent fasting is so powerful for losing fat. I was eating a lot of food at the time. I was eating a lot of calories, a lot of food, big portions. But I still like lost some fat and then like stayed lean after that. Pretty easy. Because I just had a bigger like window of not eating. Like 14 hours, 16 hours. Every day I didn't eat anything. So start doing intermittent fasting. It can be like at least like 12 hours. Like you can easily do like 14 hours if you have your last meal earlier, and you just move up like your breakfast a few hours. And that leads me to another thing which is also very low effort and will help you lose fat, and that's lesson number 14: do sauna. So I didn't really care about sauna before. When I started the gym, I didn't think anything special about it. But then in 2023, when I started taking the gym more seriously, wanted to improve my health, my fitness, get more muscle, I learned that sauna is great for recovery, burning calories, increasing testosterone, and for like the immune system, and it had all these health benefits. So I just started being in a sauna 5-10 minutes after my workouts, because we have a sauna at my gym. And I've just kept on doing it since, and I always feel good after it. Easy way to burn more calories, and it's just like a very nice thing to do. So start doing sauna if you have the opportunity. Just doing it like regularly, 5-10 minutes each time, will help you with your health and fat loss journey. Lesson number 15 might piss off a lot of people, but it's don't take advice from 99% of people. So now when I've been going to the gym for like 4 years, I've heard a lot of family, friends, and even like people online, people in the gym I don't even know, giving me advice about fitness, building muscles, losing fat, being healthy. And I haven't listened to most of them, because most of them doesn't look how I want to look. And especially now, most of them have a much worse body than me, much worse health. So I don't take advice from like 99% of people. Right now, I'm at a like really good point in my fitness. I don't take advice from almost nobody. They need to be really credible, have like a lot of proof that their advice works. They need to be like, really jacked themselves and be like very like credible, trustable for me to take their advice. And you should do the same. Ignore the most advice you get. Only take advice from people who look like you want to look. And this applies to like everything in life. If a broke guy say do this to make money, you shouldn't listen to them. And that also leads me to lesson number 16. Don't take advice from doctors just because they are doctors. So I remember around a year ago, I went to a doctor. I was looking up my acne. I had some skin issues. I have still like some acne. Yeah, I was interested in getting some like medication for it. So I went to talk with this doctor and he told me like, do you train regularly? Do you sleep good? Do you eat good? And yeah, I had started taking fitness seriously. I said like, I sleep good, I train, I eat good. And he said, are you sure? And I said, yeah. But then I got this weird feeling because he himself, he was really fat, looked like he could get a heart attack tomorrow. It was like, he starts pressing me about like being healthy and shit, but he looked like he doesn't eat good, train regularly, sleep good. It was like a weird moment because it sounded like he thought those things were very important. I guarantee he don't even do them himself. And I realized most doctors are like that. They are not healthy themselves. They are fat. They are just like normal human beings. And normal human beings nowadays are fat. The average man is fat. So don't take advice only because they are doctors, because most of them are fat themselves and can't even take their own advice. So their advice is not really that good. And you shouldn't really listen to them because they are not in good shape themselves. Only take advice if there is a doctor who are in good shape. That is what I do. Like if it's a doctor and they are in good shape, okay, I can take their advice. But if not, like I won't really take their advice. It doesn't make sense. And that leads me to lesson number 17, which is a very powerful one I have started using a lot lately, and it's use AI for your fat loss. 2 weeks ago, I had pain in my shoulder. I had like a shoulder injury, and I started stressing out, thinking, what should I do? I don't want to take days off from the gym, and I don't want to make this like burst. So I pulled up ChatGPT, said to ChatGPT, what has happened. I said like, I've done a lot of push-ups, I trained hard in the gym lately, and now my shoulders is hurting. I know it's because I've been basically overtraining it, but how should I recover fast? And he said, don't train shoulders for like 2 weeks, and also like avoid training your chest, your back, because it also uses the shoulder, and then go back slowly to training your shoulders a bit more and more. If it hurts, then don't do it, but if it's just like a bit of pain, then you can continue slowly, but be careful. And it gave me a lot of tips, and I followed it. And now it has been 2 weeks, and my shoulder is better. I'm slowly starting to use my shoulder more in the gym. Started training like chest again. Gonna train back today, and it also gave me some exercises for recovery. And I just realized this is so powerful. It gave me like the perfect plan. I didn't need to go to a doctor, and I didn't like guess what to do myself, and I didn't need to like watch a 20-minute 30-minute YouTube video to know what I do. It took me 3 minutes to ask ChatGPT what I should do. Start using AI for your fitness. It can be everything. Most of the times it actually is right. Of course, don't take everything seriously. Make sure you give a lot of context to it when you use it, so it can give you good advice. But yeah, it's so powerful to use AI. Lesson number 18 is calories in, calories out is fake. So many people in the fitness industry talks about, yeah, you need to be in a calorie deficit. That's the only thing that matters. You can eat whatever you want. As long as you are in your calorie deficit, you will lose fat. But that's fake. That's not right, because the quality of the food you eat impacts how much fat you lose. If you're in a calorie deficit, but you eat McDonald's all day, let's say you have a Big Mac and a few chicken nuggets, and that's like what you eat in a day, and you're still in a calorie deficit because it's not a lot of food, then you will still like struggle to lose fat because it's not good nutrition. It has seed oils, it has sugar, which will just make it so much harder for you to lose fat. The quality of the food is important. That you don't eat sugar, you don't eat seed oils. It's not only about the calorie deficit. Calorie deficit helps, but eating high quality foods is also important and helps you to lose fat. And that leads me to lesson number 19. Eat for fuel, not for pleasure. So I remember one time in 2022 when I was eating this sweet and I thought, this is so nice. I'm enjoying life right now and I should just eat for pleasure because I will die someday. I can just enjoy my time here on earth and just eat whatever I want. But then in 2023, a year later, I had switched my mindset completely. I thought, I need to eat food that make me stronger, that make me have a six-pack, that make me have the body I want, that make me have energy, feel good. And it was like I always switched my mindset from thinking like a boy to thinking more like a man. And making that change was crucial. Now I looked at food in a whole nother way. I thought, is this food gonna make me get the body I want? Instead of, is this food gonna make me feel the way I want and give me enjoyment? So that was a big change I made, which helped me. Eat for fuel, for strength, and not for pleasure. And by the way, if you have thought this video has been helpful so far, and you're an entrepreneur, executive, or busy professional, and you want my personal help to lose fat, build muscle, skyrocket your energy without sacrificing your business or your work, go book a free one-on-one coaching call with me right now with the top link in the description. I will help you out on the call, give you value for like 15-20 minutes straight, and I'm doing it for free right now because if you think it's valuable, you might give me a testimonial or become a potential client. So it's basically a win-win. I've gotten really good feedback on these calls. Go book one right now. Lesson number 20, very important one. Make it hard for you to eat junk food. So I remember when I was around like 12 years old, I always used to go to the school cafeteria after school and buy like a chocolate bar. But after a few months of doing it, I noticed that my bank account is getting bad. I almost have no money left. So I need to stop this. So what I did is I left my money at home, my bank card. So for like the next 6 months, my bank account got better. Like I got a bit more money. And I basically made it impossible for me to buy something from the cafeteria because I didn't bring any money. So that was very powerful. So make it hard for you to have junk food. If you know you buy it when you leave the house, don't bring any money if you can, or do something that make it just harder. Don't buy junk food to your home. Throw out the junk food you have at home right now, but make it hard for you to eat junk food. So stop eating junk food. That leads me to lesson number 21, which is something a lot of people need to hear. Don't feel bad reacting unhealthy food. I remember one time in 2023, my grandma had made this cake, and after we had like eaten dinner together, she offered me it. She asked like, do you want it? And I said like, yeah, I want it, and I ate it. But at the time, I was really trying to stop junk food and stop having cakes, but I didn't say no to my grandma. And after, I felt bad. Like I felt bad because I'm gonna decrease my testosterone, I'm gonna build less muscles now. I shouldn't have been eating that. Next time, I'm just gonna say no to her. Around like 2-3 weeks later, it was the same exact situation. I have had dinner with my grandma and she had also made like an apple cake, and it had a lot of sugar. I knew it was bad, and I just told her like, no, I'm trying to eat more healthy now. I don't wanna have it. And since that point, that's what I've been saying to everyone who offered me candy, cakes, ice cream, everything. I just say no. If they ask why, I say I'm eating healthy. And nobody has had a problem. I haven't gotten in a fight. It's not like anything you should be scared of doing, or like even feeling bad. You're trying to improve your health. It's a good thing. Be proud that you say no to junk food, to unhealthy things. So start saying no to unhealthy things and don't feel bad. Feel good when you do it because you're improving your health. So these lessons will help you lose fat, but you will lose fat even faster and easier if you follow my full protocol I go over in this video, which will help you lose 30 pounds before 2026. So watch this video right here and become jackpotter. Bah!